again, YouTube and Rumble. Andy here with you with another video. Got Wiltshire Man with me as well. He's my IT department, by the way. Sat down and worked something out a while ago, and I'll show you what we've come up with regarding the drone. Right, so I've never been here before. Sandy has. Where are we going, San?
Well, I'm going to put in coordinates into WhatsApp.
Right.
Not WhatsApp, sorry, into what 3 words.
Okay.
And then we're going to go in search of various archaeological features.
Okay, fair enough then. Right. Well, I think I'd come along with you maybe for the first part of it. Then I'm going to get myself into the woods. I do my normal little thing, that's kind of flying around the woods and see what we can see. Done something a bit quirky with the drone, by the way, just to give me a bit more flying time. As I say, we'll look at that in a while. In the meantime, I think we've got some walking to do. Right, so having a few technical difficulties, let's say, regarding trying to get any kind of a meaningful signal on our phone. Sandy's using the old GPS,
Phone.
whatever, on his phone there.
I'm using a phone.
Using the phone. So it's kind of jumping around a bit. We're not too sure where we're kind of heading at the moment, but I think we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah, we're heading towards a standing stone.
Yeah. Okay.
A menhir, an orthostat. Which is also known as liths.
Ah, right.
So, you know, big stones, they call them megaliths. And this way, megalithic, megaliths.
Right.
The Neolithic.
Right.
That means new Stone Age.
Yeah.
Lithic means stone.
Neo's new, isn't it?
And they also used to make small stones, small artifacts out of stone, and they were called microliths.
Right.
But
There we go. You get a history lesson as well, kids.
somehow they couldn't call it the microlithic. It didn't have a good ring to it.
Oh, right. Okay.
Megalithic has a better ring.
Ah,
doesn't it?
megalithic. Yeah. Now that's nice forest. That is a nice place to go and fly your drone in there. Back there was a bit of a jungle back there, but here it's much more drone friendly. Looking at the tops of the trees, there's a lot of wind about up there, but down at ground level it's pretty all right. One thing which this place is quite famous for, these things here, Sarsen stones. There we go, there's one there, and apparently this whole wood is kind of littered with these things. Not really too sure how it got here, perhaps, you know, from the younger Dryas Ice Age, but it kind of retreated, it kind of left those in its place. And there's been some interesting developments regarding Sarsen stones, because the Sarsen stones which are at Stonehenge actually match the ones in this very wood. So the idea is, or the thinking is that the stones from Stonehenge come from here, this very wood, which kind of makes sense really, because Stonehenge is what, 25 miles away. It seems like the deeper we're going into the woods, the more abundant these stones seem to be, and they're also getting bigger and bigger. There's a few more over there as well. Lovely place, really nice. There's a load down there as well, you might just be able to see them if I zoom in. in this little box here, I have my prop protectors. You can see that they're just a slightly different shape to what they were when I first bought them. Reasons for being is that there was a lot of weight to these, and I think it was kind of slowing the drone down and also draining the battery. So good old Wiltshire Man, who's my IT department, by the way, he's over there. He came up and he said, you know what, I reckon that we can chop these down, and I did, and that's what I've done. And now I'm going to take it out for its flight. Okay, right, we're going to have a little fly around with the drone over the stone there. Okay, get myself that shot. Slowly does it over the stone, a bit of a hover there. And I'm just going to go forward, and there's a little bit of a gap. Just about squeeze through, and there we go. Yeah, there we go. Right, just going to fly back the other way, and you can see what it's like from the other side. There we go. Just below there.
Home point updated.
Whee. There you go. Problem is, when you want to try and do a circular kind of flight around a specific object, you can't always see what's you kind of like flying into, as it were, especially if you're going left or right or something, or even backwards. Forwards is fine, you know, but going sideways or whatever else, very difficult, especially when you have not got obstacle avoidance on. Right, next destination in Westwoods, Marlborough, is a polisher stone. Sandy reliably informs us, or me, that we're in the right direction. Guess once upon a time it may have been slightly concave, but it definitely is now. So what do you think they would have sharpened on there, Sandy? Flint tools or something?
They might have smoothed out flint tools, stone axes,
right,
stuff like that. I'd have thought, you know. I mean, they would have probably chipped away at the flint, wouldn't they? And then maybe if they wanted to round off the facets, they might have used that, you know.
They'd have formed it first, wouldn't they? Yeah. And they would have finished it off on that.
That's what I reckon.
Right, so next destination, brother,
is the Long Barrow.
Long Barrow,
and the Watford Words address is Nex, as in neck, Nex ozone profiled, 1 kilometre away.
1 kilometre, yeah. Right. Okay, we've got a bit of a walk, so we're going to get walking. Right, I have now come with proper footwear. It's a good job I've got it as well because it's rather muddy and wet around here. And my feet are nice and dry. Anyway, so about 600 meters to go. And then we're going to get to the Neolithic Long Barrow. Up this little trail track here is kind of on the edge of the forest. Okay, right, we're going to fly out of here. We think the Long Barrow's down that way, but we don't know for sure. I'm going to just fly you out. Gonna have a little look. Gotta get out of this jungle first of all though. Try and navigate my way through. Just fly down here looking for a little spot to get out of the wood. And then we kind of take you up and away. Okay, looks a bit promising just there. Right, okay, so we're going to take you out of the wood, give you a bit of a flick around, up and away. Gives you a bit of an idea of where we are in this little wood. Obviously keeping the drone within eye shot. You never know when the drone police might be watching. Yeah, beware the drone police. Here you can see it's quite an extensive place this. Lovely forest, really nice forest. And there we go, that's basically West Woods, just outside Marlborough. Looking for the Long Barrow, which doesn't seem to be coming into shot anytime soon. After about a 25-minute walk from our last place, the Polishing Stone, we've come to the Long Barrow. It's not really obvious, not from here, this direction anyway. It's basically just a mound around this side of it. I'm not too sure what's around the other side, but we'll have a little look and see if we can see some Sarsen stones or whatever else. Yeah, this isn't your typical Long Barrow, you know, very defined entrance at the front. Nothing like that at all. It's just very much a mound on the edge of the forest. You can see, or the edge of the wood. The edge of the wood is just, you can see the fields through the trees. And basically it's just a mound pretty much. I guess what they would have done is kind of dug a hole down there, I suppose, and did what they had to do. But yeah, I walked all the way around the whole circumference of this Long Barrow, and there's no obvious kind of a way in, perhaps like Wayland Smithy or other Long Barrows in and around Britain.
This is Wayland Smithy. It's an early Neolithic chambered Long Barrow located near the village of Ashbury in the south central English county of Oxfordshire.
Dead people in there, quite a few of them.
Okay, so whilst I fly my drone around West Woods, I'll give you some information. So 2 miles southwest of Marlborough, the 12,000 acre West Woods are a contiguous group of around 20 separate named woods and copses, all ancient in origin. The land having been continually wooded for many centuries, though virtually all the current trees are relatively recent, after the whole area was clear felled for timber in 1928, replaced with beech around 75%, plus sycamore, birch, ash and a few conifer species including pine and red cedar. In a few places oak and hazel are found, these self-seeding descendants from the original coppice forest. As far back as the 14th century, the woods were part of a more extensive royal hunting forest that included Savernake on the east side of Marlborough, and they contained a wide range of ancient woodland indicator wildflower species, most abundant the bluebells, which cover huge areas of the ground in April and May. The woodland is also very good for fungi and for leaf colours in autumn. The woodland contains several ancient relics, most visible a 1 mile section of the Wands Dyke, a linear defensive structure, a ditch and embankment dating from around the 5th century, part of its eastern segment which runs from Savernake to Morgan's Hill. Nearby, close to the south edge of the wood, is a Neolithic Long Barrow, over 100 feet long, and also a number of flint pits. The wood is centred on a shallow dry valley, and part of this is littered with numerous Sarsen stones. This location has recently been identified as one of the sources for the Sarsens used to construct Stonehenge 16 miles further south.
Okay, right, so we've come to the end of our little video for today. Interesting place, Westwoods. If you reached this so far in the video, thanks for watching. You've done well. Hope you enjoyed it. So it's goodbye from me and it's goodbye from him.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Wiltshire Man. Link down below.
Yeah, 2 Ronnies.
Yeah, 2 Ronnies.
Which Ronnie do you want to be?
I don't
I'll
know.
be Barker because he was the funniest.
I'll be the good looking one.